episode of Let's Be Honest with your humble host, DeShields. And I'm eternally grateful that you guys have decided to come back, tune in for more conversation, more enlightenment, more inspiration, more motivation. Just hearing people just tell their truth, share their stories, and how they continue to better themselves through dire times. So I'm sitting here with a guest, a friend of the show actually, my man Sound Daniels, my brother.
Good to be here, bro. Thanks for having me,
Definitely.
Forever grateful for this opportunity, to always, put myself out there and, just put my music out there, put my voice out there, show my face and everything. But I know I'm very quiet and to myself, but I'm trying to find different ways to put myself out there, It's good to see you,
Definitely. It's always good to see you, bro. It's always good. Always. Yeah, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing a lot better, I'm doing a lot better, I'll say that, I could say that I guess the past couple years were like some growing times for me, some time that I had to spend like looking within myself and knowing, what was going on with me, because a long time I was, pointing the finger at a lot of people, a lot of different things, even in some of my music, I was listening to some of my old stuff, and it doesn't seem like I'm taking ownership of things. It's more so what's going on outside of me. So I just been trying to work on myself and, better in who I am and things going on within me. So I can say that I'm better,
That's heavy.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that though, the fact that you're able to just look in the mirror and say, you know what, you're not living up to par.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking accountability, or you're not taking responsibility for the things you're doing to yourself and potentially to other people. But we're definitely gonna dig deep into that and peel the layers back at his everyday life thing of just being entrepreneurs and creators. But I want to commend you first and foremost for just continuing to create through these turbulent times, being able to still find that inspiration, being able to still have that will to continue to bet on yourself constantly. How would you describe your artistic journey thus far?
Thus far from, I guess, the beginning, or
I guess you could say since we last spoke, since Mutual Friends. Let's say that.
Well, so the deluxe version of Mutual Friends.
Exactly.
Right,
Deluxe version of Mutual Friends. Make sure I go listen to that. Mutual Friends, Lindell Sound Daniels on every music platform. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how would you describe your journey thus far since the deluxe version of Mutual Friends coming out?
Wow. So my journey since the deluxe version has been quite a journey, both with my relationships with family, relationships with significant others and stuff, just a lot of growth through that time as well, because looking at who I was when I made Mutual Friends with Lindell, I could say that I've grown from that. A lot of the situations that, I would touch on, I could talk about, more maturely now. I'm more mature from those times. I take more time with the music now. I know that, I might write to a beat and record it and have a whole nother song, like a whole different version for it, just because, I just want to keep it current for people listening, but at the same time, make it timeless so that you can go back and still get a feel from it when you listen to it, because I like with Mutual Friends, I feel like we put a lot of emotion into the music, and I never want to get away from that, even through trying to figure out different ways to get more creative. So since the deluxe version, I could say that I've been trying to grow more with my music, get more creative, add different elements to the music, and craft the sound, for people to understand what the message that I'm trying to put out there, through my emotions that I deal with in day-to-day things.
Based on what you said, one of the biggest takeaways I hear from you is time, patience.
Yeah.
Sitting with yourself and being real hands-on in your process.
Yeah.
Who inspires you through that process? Who inspires you to continue to create?
Are you saying musically or just?
Well, let me frame it this way. Who put that drive in you to be able to say, "Hey, Austin, sometimes you gotta sit back, reevaluate, take that time. You know, just because you're moving fast, that don't mean you're making progress."
It's funny. My brother has been like the number one person probably in the past, like, I guess few years, who's been always there to be like checking me, like, yo, you gotta pace yourself, slow down, and understand, like you gotta, like, things take time, you know, because a lot of times when I talk to him, I talk his head off all the time, but yeah, he always tells me I'm a good talker, you know, because I just talk his head off, but I just, you know, he just helps me see things like in a more real way, I guess, because a lot of times you know, a lot of my thoughts are like everywhere. Like, I want to have this tape done now, and I want to have these singles and all this stuff. And it's like, he's like, yo, you gotta, you don't even have the music ready yet. Like, you talking about,
you tend to find yourself thinking in the macro.
Exactly.
You know, instead of focusing on the micro sometimes, you tend to find yourself thinking about the bigger picture, the potential of things versus just, you know, on the grassroots level. It's easy to fall into that. I'm a victim of that myself.
Yeah, and it's crazy because he helps me see things like slowing it down. Whereas though now I can kind of like, it's like you set up these little small goals, you know, that help the bigger one. But the small goals are creating avenues for maybe other people, you know.
Facts.
Like for example, I did my first video, and that was a connection for my cousin who can now connect to somebody who does. It's just, you know, opening up different doors for people to see different things, you know, and just, you know, having that drive, you know. He helped, like, my brother helps me, you know, keep the drive. He also critiques my music and tells me what sucks, you know, like like songs that you wouldn't hear, you know, or he'll tell me something like, yo, like, you might want to like say that differently. You didn't even like, and I'll be like, damn, I thought I killed that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I said some shit. Like,
yeah, like, really though. I'll be like, damn, I thought she was gonna feel it. I'll be hyped too. Bring it to him. Put your headphones in. Nah, don't even play it out loud. He'll be like, nah, that's not it. I'll be like, damn. And then that'd be that. But that's what I need, you know, because sometimes, you know, you can play music for people and they show a lot of love. They always tell you it's good, but something like, I want to know if it sucks, you know. I want to know if it's not what you want to hear, you know. I want to know what I could do to make it better, you know, because that's what, you know. I just want honesty, you know, just with everything.
I feel you. I want to stay on time though.
Okay.
How do you find the time to create at the level that you're creating at? Because in my opinion, even though you haven't quote unquote made it yet, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like you're in the flow state. Listening to Love Ain't Fair, and then obviously listening to Giovanni Ray from previously, and listening to Mutual Friends and Deluxe, because that's what turned me onto your music, Mutual Friends Deluxe.
I like that.
But I don't want to lose my question. How do you dedicate that time to your craft despite obligations or, you know, just everyday responsibilities that everybody go through?
Well, that's the thing. Everything that I go through is a part of that time process, because with my music, it's like I'm trying to paint a picture for you in a way. So if I'm taking a week off of like if I get a beat and I'm taking a week off of writing, I'm not really taking a week off of writing, because I'm always writing. I'm always putting little notes down and stuff like that. But when I say I'm taking a week off, it's like I'm not just sitting there listening to the beat trying to write flows and stuff. I'm taking in everything that happens within a week. So that could be me and my mom get into an argument, or me and my brother playing basketball or something. Like, all of these things like are going to play a role in how I get to that process of creating something, because, you know, I'm not just making something like I'm gonna make a song about a red car and then like make it like that. Like, nah, I want it to be a feel, and I want people to like feel something when you listen to the music, you know. So through the process, my creative process is like just kind of taking everything in, and of course, when I'm really in that zone, I'm, being by myself, it's probably dark, headphones or something, probably a little light, something, but, and I'm just in that zone trying to, collect all my thoughts, collect everything that I've been thinking about. And then with the songs, sometimes I might have an idea, like, for example, the last song on Love Ain't Fair, I already knew what I wanted to talk about because the title was there, I already knew, never mind, like I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't have any lyrics, but I knew the subject matter.
You already knew what your goal was.
Exactly.
Immediately.
So when it came to creating the song, it's just like kind of like
it was easy.
Yeah, it's kind of like not to be boastful or anything, but it's like
it came naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Like it comes like once everything's there, it's kind of like I'm just going. I'm just kind of writing.
Those dark times you speak about, though. How do you, because it's so easy for, like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an entrepreneur, you go through dark times, you go through doubt.
Yeah.
How do you navigate through those dark times? How do you combat the doubt that you may feel when things may not seem like they're going according to plan? How do you just maintain the vigor to continue to keep going?
Yeah, that's a great question, because in those times, sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes you can't even write. Like you might not be able to, get the right stuff done that you want. You might not feel creative. You might feel like people like don't even want to hear. Like people don't care. Like you really get to these places. Like I've been at these places. Like man, I'm sitting here like writing this, and no one's gonna care. Who's gonna listen? But it's like that's all. You have to see that as negative. Like those things aren't positively affecting you, and if it's not affecting you in a positive way, why give it so much attention? If I sat there in that down state for so long and felt like I couldn't create, I'm not going to create, because that's what I'm constantly giving fuel to. I'm constantly like giving energy to the fact that
yourself on this hamster wheel.
Exactly.
Of just negativity.
Yeah, and you'll note like for example, like I'll say this, like this is an example that I bring up all the time with Lindell. I say like, yo, like you have a negative like perspective about someone you talk to, or maybe a friend or someone you see in a party. Like if you already walk in there like, I don't know about this person, like you're gonna there's already that energy there. You already put that out there. So if you feed into it, it's just gonna get bigger, And when you're in that down state, of course it always happens, Like we're making music, so life happens. You get stuck and you can't really do anything.
Emotions at an all-time high.
Exactly, but it's just that you have to learn to just channel, and it's hard, but gotta just kind of channel that to just believe in yourself. It's all about believing in yourself, because at the end of the day, you're in that room making the music. You're in that room making these videos and these crafting these, editing these podcasts and writing these like all of the thoughts and things that come in your mind. Like you're in that room, so it's like when your audience is looking forward to you to be the best, you even through it, and you could say it's selfish of them to want you to always be LeBron or Jordan, but you gotta perform, and the biggest thing for me is just staying positive, because I know that a lot of things that I've been learning through this time, I guess we could say since mutual friends, it's just like really working on my mental a lot, and really like understanding that a lot of things that even that I battle with still, because I'm still battling, I still grow, and I'm still battling demons, but it's just that when you get to a certain point, it's different, because you have a new perspective, a new skills to battle these demons. You might be like you at level 10, you might be at level 20, and the demon is still at level 5, and it's like this is nothing,
Right.
like
Right, but sometimes demons evolve.
Exactly.
Sometimes demons You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a demon may find that Mario star and just turn up on you.
Turn up, and then you gotta find that star. You gotta do something. I don't know, but yeah, it's all about just kind of just finding that place within yourself. You know, because everybody has it. I believe everybody has like the will in them to be great. It's just we just have to.
You know what I think it is?
Find it.
I think because you on to something. When you're an entrepreneur and a creator, right? And the reason I keep saying those two types of people is because those are the type of people that's literally laying it all out on the line. They are bearing their soul to people. You want people to buy into you, right? You want to provide a value to people so they can buy into you. But in order to reach a certain level of success that some may deem as improbable or impossible, you need to have some level of you need to have delusions of grandeur. I was listening to an audiobook, Russ's book, It's All in Your Head, right? You know the rapper Russ, right?
Yeah, I know the book though.
Yeah, he wrote a book called It's All in Your Head. Okay. And he has this one section where he's just talking about delusion. And he flips it. You know, when you call someone delusional on a regular day, you think you call this is another word for calling somebody crazy. You're seeing something that's not there, right? So he flipped it on his head. He said, okay, you people are going to call you crazy for telling them you want to be a musician or you want to be the biggest rapper or you want to have this multi-million-dollar business. People will call you crazy because they can't see it.
Yeah.
To them, it's not tangible. And who knows? Somebody probably already shitted on their journey. You know, you got a lot of teachers out here that say, "Oh no, think more realistic." And my response to that is, you sound like someone who essentially gave up already. And that's the thing. That's the scariest thing about being a creator. Being able to get comfortable with not only being uncomfortable, but being comfortable with being called delusional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it starts with investing in yourself. Regardless of your skill set, regardless of the quality of the idea that you're trying to, materialize, it starts with investing in yourself. How has investing in yourself changed the way you create music?
It makes me understand that I gotta bet on myself. Investing in myself. Well, I guess what I could say to that is I've learned that I have to invest in myself more. That's what I could say. Because I spent a lot of time, crafting things and doing things, but expecting like maybe someone to reach out or someone to. That story. You do something and then somebody knocks on the door.
Somebody DM you and knock on the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But and me, I have having to break out of the shell of like being so to myself and not really wanting to be all out there. You have to understand that you gotta you live in this world, so you gotta meet people. You gotta be out here. You gotta nobody's gonna toot your horn more than you. So
nobody know your value more than you.
And that's the thing that made me understand, all right, I'm expecting things from people. Why not just expect it from me? And why not I just put the bet into myself and then do these things, and then people will see that I'm actually investing in myself. People will see wow, he actually is doing it. He didn't even call me to ask. He's just doing these things. Because then people see like you said, it makes a huge difference because it's not you calling their phone, making it seem like you're doing, trying to do something. You got the real, like how you just were saying, they can see it now, they see you putting in that work. Sometimes, in this world, everybody, nobody believes it till they see it, People have faith, but nobody really believes it till they see it, a girl is not gonna think that you're that guy until you show her you're that guy, and she might still not think you're that guy until you're always proving something, and I feel like with music, there's always more to prove, there's always something to prove, and it's confidence.
That brings me into my next point. This conversation is going so well. Literally, we in sync right now, fam. So this is bringing me to my next thing. I'm about to say something, and you tell me what you get from it, or You tell me what it meant to you.
Okay.
Why they want to count me out? Like I ain't putting in this work to really make it out. Like I ain't up at night losing sleep trying to map it out.
Yeah.
Explain that to me. Cause just based off everything that we just discussed, I hear all that in there. And that's off Can't Play Me, off of Love Ain't Fair. Make sure I go check that out.
Yeah, make sure you check that out for sure. But yeah, that line right there.
Do you feel counted out, actually?
I do. I do feel like people that are and it's crazy because I feel like it's not even the people that, you know, like haters or per se, because, you know, they're who they are, you know. But I'm more so, sometimes a lot of that be to some people that I know, you know, some people that, you know, they might see what you're doing or may hear what you're saying, and they may just like think of it as a whatever thing, like, oh, it's him because I know him, it's cool, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you get that type of love, and it's like, nah, like, this is something that I am really, like, I care, like how I said, like, I am up at night, like when I was up at, like that, because I talk about when I left Penn State up there in that song too, like, I really, like, was up late nights, like, not, like, sleeping, like, really, like, just waking up, just turn the Pro Tools back on just to listen to a beat or something, like, I went through times, like, you know, thinking about a lot of things, because it's like, I'm telling everybody, like, yo, I'm passionate about something, but everybody's telling me, nah, you gotta do this or you gotta do that, and it's like, yo, like, I'm literally just told you what I'm passionate about. You're not understanding me. You don't get it. So it's like,
some people believe in like there's supposed to be a blueprint, right?
Yeah.
And when you deviate from that, people like to call you crazy, delusional, like we mentioned. People like to look at it as if the bottom line is, when you're doing something different, when you're doing something that somebody else isn't doing, they're instantly intimidated, or they feel that, oh, he just another one of them.
They don't know how to, like, understand it. You know, they can't understand it because, like, and it's no knock to them. It's just that the way they see things is, like, through, like, how you saying, like, it's just a structured blueprint template. It's how you live it, you know. But, you know, people like us that have a different mindset with things, we just kind of see things like, no, life is what you create. Like, this thing is, like, I'm making this. Like, if I want to be a mailman for the rest of my life, I'm a good, like, it's because I chose to do that.
Bottom line, you're the architect.
Exactly. You know, you're the architect of your life. You know, you're blessed to have it. You know, someone's guiding these steps. Of course, I always say that. Like, I'm not, like, I'm very spiritual person. I believe that someone is guiding my steps, but I do also believe that I am responsible for a lot of the decisions I make. Like, if I decided to just knock over your lamp right now, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
right?
that'd be wild. That might be our last interview.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That would be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do still have some control. You know, you have a lot of control actually. But, you know, as long as you're in tune with yourself and you're doing what you feel is right, I feel like you're probably walking along that righteous line that you should be. As long as you're, you know, in tune with yourself, and you know, always check yourself and be real with yourself.
Yeah. How often do you write? And how often are you in the studio?
And well, when it comes to being with the microphone, I'm not with the microphone all the time. Whenever I link Lindell, I'm always with, because we record in house, so
right.
Always kind of there. I write every day. I write just, and it's not like I'm writing like the whole 16 or something like that. Right. Some days it could just be a couple lines. Some days it could be like 3 songs, you know. But I try to, you know, keep myself sharp, you know, because right. I've definitely taken I've taken breaks, and no one, like, probably, I don't know if people know this or not, but I've noticed, because sometimes I don't like what came out of it. Even a song like Humble Flex was out of a break period. It's cool, I know, but I mean, it wasn't.
It did what it did.
Yeah,
it had a purpose.
Exactly, but nah, like I try to right now, and how I'm feeling like moving forward. I'm just, the passion is, it's like it's growing in a way or something. Like even I've been telling everybody on the team, like, yo, we gotta, like, keep going. Like it's no like we still gotta move accordingly. You know, produce good content. You know.
I honestly don't think you realize how good this project is.
Thank you, man.
I'm serious. I'm not just saying that because I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean it. I listened to the project multiple times.
Thank you.
Put it on shuffle just to catch it from a different angle.
Angles, yeah.
You dig? And for me personally, definitely your best music so far. And for me, my favorite songs off the project are Amore, but I think that came out before the project. Milk and Honey. Shout out to is it Jafil or J-Phil?
Oh, Jafil, yeah.
Shout out to Jafil, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jafil, man. That guy.
You know who he remind me of in some capacity? Yeah. He give me party vibes, party next door vibes. But shout out to Jafil, Milk and Honey.
Shout out to my man. Hold up, made the beat. That's my guy, man. He also made the beat to.
Lindell produced the whole project, right?
Yeah, but not that song.
Not that song.
Yeah, and that's my man's. Yo, my man. I don't know if he want me to say his name, but I'm gonna just say Q. Yo, you. Oh man, that guy. Dude. Like our relationship is crazy. I could give a little brief story. Like,
what do you think?
Like, so we both was in college together, but we both was in this class. I wasn't in. Like, I wasn't like he was probably really smart. Like he probably got his degree and everything. But I was just in there, like kind of just in there. We happened to just be partners one day, and he was like a different type boy. He wore like dad hats and like he was good. I liked his fashion a little bit though, like, but he wore like different.
It was
like,
him.
Yeah, he was cool. Like he had the little jackets, the little thrift store joint, like with the Vans. I was like, yeah, he cool. But I'm like, what's up with this boy? So then we get to talking one day. He's like, he started talking about like the Joe Budden podcast. I'm like, like why would you be listening to that? Right. So then we linked up. And he had a whole setup in his crib, like piano, sampler drum, microphone. So I'm like, wow, like this guy is like about this music for real, you know? And it's like, man, and when that happened, I was like, man, I gotta see what he's about. And then I heard some of his beats, and I was like, yo. And then we was working, and actually the way we came about 1029, that joint was like kind of like a freestyle. We just playing around with my auto-tune thing, and then we were just like playing around with it, and then like it came about, and I was like, oh, this is hot.
Did he cook that beat specifically for you?
Or
was he sitting on? He's like, yo, I think you might smash it.
He always sends me just he sends me a bunch.
Like
he sends me a bunch. And the funny thing about that Milk and Honey was that it was just a snippet. Like it was only like 10 seconds when he sent it to me, because that's what he does a lot. He sends me like little like instruments and things, and I'll tell him like, yo, we should do something with that, and they'll send it, and then. Like, cause he sent me so much, and then he didn't even know. He didn't even know that.
He didn't know this joint made the project.
He didn't know he was on the project. He didn't know he was about to. Yeah.
Dude, arguably, and shout out to Lindell. First and foremost, man, the lead producer on the project. But Q, I don't think you realize what you did with that one. That's a good one. But yeah, Therapy and Can't Play Me as well. Those joints are powerful. Yeah. See, when I listen to your project, the project gets better as it goes. That's what I like. That's what I liked about it more than anything. Every song I'm like, ooh, he digging deeper in his pocket. He digging deeper in his emotions. He digging deeper.
That's crazy. You said that's the one thing when I was putting putting the songs together and like saying how like what comes after what and everything. That's how I wanted you to listen to it. Like it was like I was taking you there. You know what I'm saying? It
felt like pages.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It felt like I was turning pages in the journal. And then I got to a point where it's like to be continued on that last track. Do you feel how does it feel to specifically get this project off your chest?
Yo, man, that's a great question. I feel great, man. Like it really felt really good because one, just so much I've been dealing with the subject matter of the tape, and just where I've grown to, and then to be able to craft this in the midst of all of that, it just was it felt really good because even through creating Love Ain't Fair, it was sometimes I was like, I don't know if I want to touch on this.
Too personal?
Yeah, or I don't know how I'm going to talk about this without, maybe sounding too crazy or sounding disrespectful or something, but at the same time, it's my story at the end of the day that I gotta. It's my release, It's the way that I, get stuff off my chest. So,
So do you feel just hearing you say that, do you at least feel that you accomplished what you sought out to do?
For the most part, with this tape, I could say that yes, I did. I could say that yeah, I could say that yes.
Okay.
Now, I always not to cut you off, but I do always feel like I always feel like it's more like, cause I be working on it to like the last like day or whatever. I always feel like I could add more, or I left something out, but nah, I really feel like with that like I like how this. I kind of like how I structured that one a little bit. So yeah,
I can hear it. I can tell. Like, listening to the project, I don't hear any questions. And what I mean by that is, I can tell when you punch this in, you said to yourself, let me not touch this no more. I can't get it no more. I can't get no more transparent than this. I can't get no more honest, or like this one, I squeezed the most out of this one. Like you can, as an artist, I'm sure you can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear it. But let's talk about that album title. Is this an album, or would you want to call it a project? These days, it's called a project. Is that fair?
Yeah, we can call it a project. It definitely, I want it to give an album feel.
Yeah,
but,
it gave me as far as the quality of content and production, it definitely gave me album vibes.
That's
for sure.
Thank you
for sure.
But it's a project for sure. But with the idea to give those feels like.
Yeah. But back to that title though, what, or better yet, who inspired that title? You ain't gotta get no names, you know what I'm saying? But you can allude as much as you possibly can. But that title is potent. It's cliche, but it's so potent, and it rings true throughout this project.
Yeah. Well, the name, the title of the project kind of came about just based on just how I really feel about love. It wasn't about a particular person,
okay.
But what I was talking, like I said, like it's how I feel about love, and basically, Love Ain't Fair. It's just like I really feel like love is a beautiful thing. Love is something that I experience, I have, but it's also not fair at the same time, because you could, have these type of feelings and someone not have these feelings for you, or it could be vice versa. You could be the one not having feelings for someone that has a lot of love for you, and then that could be something that's not fair. Or it could go a lot of different ways. I mean, you could ask some different questions into what I mean, because I like what I mean in the title, but basically, it's that I believe that love is not fair. It's not fair, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, but there's like so much in it.
It's volatile. I always consider love to be radioactive, and I mean that in the most positive and negative sense.
Yeah.
Because love can, in any capacity, see this. There's a thin line between love and hate. Just as quick as you find yourself loving someone, you can find yourself hating that person.
Yeah.
And going through all those motions, it makes you crave or require peace of mind. I know that's important to you, just listening to your music. Peace of mind is extremely important. How important is it to have somebody, how important is it to have a partner that values that as much as you do?
That's very important for me. That's basically, like you said, like that peace of mind is just what I want. When I have a relationship with somebody, it's that I want that honesty. I want that that just that realness in it. Because if I can get into a little bit of detail, it's like I'm not here to you know, control you or tell you that I want you to, you know, be mine, or you know, you only can be with me. Like, I'm dealing with beautiful women, you know, like you're gonna do your thing, you're gonna want to explore the world, and you might, you know, you're gonna meet people, and you're gonna, but I want what we have is like aside from everything else, because this is me and you know, like this is our love, this is our relationship, this is our, you know, energy that we're sharing together. So I value that, and that's basically what I want, you know, people to understand, is that when I think about relationships these days and, you know, love, it's like it's about, you know, the people who are involved in it coming to understanding of, you know, what it requires, you know, what you're required of, what the person requires of you. It's just, I think that it's just about a connection, you know, understanding. Like, I can't stress that enough, you know.
I feel you. On this project, often you how can I put this? Often you speak from this perspective of, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, or you don't know what you're missing out on. What is it about you, do you think, is it being valued?
Well, I would say that I'm pretty easy to deal with. I feel like, I mean, you know, people may, you know, feel a lot different about it.
Everybody got their opinion. Listen,
you know,
you let a woman tell it, man. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I really feel like, you know, I don't ask for much. Just honesty, and just kind of like communication, and just being real. I don't really appreciate a lot of like games and things like that being played. What was your question again?
I essentially was just saying, what do you think about you? Because you know, you know, because you know, often I just get this energy from the music that whoever you're speaking to, it's either, and it's not limited to this, but you're going to miss me when I'm gone, or you don't know what you got till it's gone, or you missing out on something. You're missing out on a good thing. You know, but what you provide in your relationships or in your situationships, what do you think it is about you that doesn't seem to be valued in your eyes? Because we all have our traits. So we all got our positive traits. We all got our toxic traits. But we're going to focus more on the positive. You know, when it comes to, you know, what you know, how you move in your relationships, you know, what you provide, you know, the energy you bring into it. You know, do you just feel sometimes undervalued in your situationships?
You could say that. I just feel like a lot of times, yeah, it's like I could say I feel taken advantage of sometimes, you know, because
that's a better way to put it, actually.
Because I really, and maybe it's something that, and I always say, maybe it's me, maybe it's because I am doing too much, maybe I am caring too much, maybe I'm putting too much of myself and investing too much of myself into someone who doesn't really even want all of that from me. But me being who I am, I believe that, you know, with the people that I like I have a lot of love for the people in my life, like a lot of love, like a lot of love for Milk and Honey, you know. But like, I just think that like, I really care for the people, for them. I really care for you, and I feel like that gets undervalued, because I think that it's just like, I think that they don't know how much I really like I go to sleep and hope that you're like, when you're ignoring me and you're doing whatever, it's like, all right, cool, but I am hoping, like, at least hoping that you're good. Like, I'm not just here for the feels, you know.
I'm always with the best for you.
Yeah, it's like how I said in Love and Lust, like, people want your lust, like, I want your love, like, I want you, like, I don't, because, like, you know, sex is fun. It's a fun thing, you know. But it's not everything. It's not the big thing. And once you see past the lust of things and actually see the love of things and the connection aspects of a lot of things, you'll start to understand how deep love matters. You know, it's the glue that really is supposed to hold the world together. I mean, that's why there's so much going on today, because there's no love.
Yeah.
You know?
I did. I want to transition over to, because earlier on we mentioned West Side Residency, the music video, your first video, right?
Yeah.
I wanna shift gears and talk a little bit about that. What was that experience like for you? Talk about that, man, because I'll admit I enjoyed that video. It was how can I put it? It was short and to the point. It was simple and sweet. It spoke volumes.
Thank you. That video, man, was fun. Like it was my first one. Everybody who was involved, it was everything that was
it came together well. Cinematography was pretty good.
Shout out to my brother Lil.
Shorty was doing her thing.
Shout out to her, beautiful baby.
Yeah, man. But for sure.
But yeah, that video, it felt like magic in a way, because it was like, all right, this is kind of it. Like I'm really doing this music thing. Yeah, kind of like that, because it was like, because this how he had the it was like that, he had the camera there, and I'm like, yo, I gotta really rap like how I was rap. Like he's like, yo, you're in the studio. I'm like, all right, and then everybody's standing there and me and her in the car. So I'm like, yo, I'm getting nervous. Like everybody's watching me about the it's different. It's not like performing. It's not like rap. Like everybody's literally standing there watching you.
It's funny you said that. Rappers always say music videos are some of the most awkward things to do.
Yeah, it is kind of awkward, because it's like, yo, I'm sitting there rapping and the music's playing, and then everybody say if you got a scene it is just you. Everybody is there still.
Yeah, you trying to come off as natural as possible. You trying to get in your bag. Exactly. Meanwhile, you got somebody right in the background doing.
But it was all of that was fun though, because it was even so fun. My brother, he's turning into the director. Trav was he was
Speaking
fun.
of Trav, I like how the director the director of the video. I like how when he edited and chopped it up. I like that Trav had that small cameo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it flowed. It just went. I was like,
he didn't even need that. It was he felt the energy without it.
His energy was there. It was his cameo. I really, again, just a total package. I think that video was very good. And,
I like that video.
I'm not just I'm not just saying that. I will definitely tell somebody how I feel. I'm not gonna disrespect nobody, but I'm saying, hey, yeah, you probably could have did this but no, I think for your first music video, that joint came out pretty good. What you say so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very grateful. I'm forever grateful for everybody that was involved. My man Lil coming through, and yeah, I can't. I was real happy about it. I'm very happy about a lot of things, and I'm just very grateful. I can't even say anything. I mean, I just because we got more stuff, in the works. More stuff planned. We wanna do a kind of movie type video for Can't Play Me.
Oh yeah, like a short film type.
Yeah, something different. We got stuff planned. But it's just that I'm so happy now, because it's we working so much, and the energy that I have is I'm not gonna let it up. If anybody's going, I'm gonna make sure that we keep on going, because we just gotta keep our energy up.
You know what I get from it? I get from you doing a video, this project, the rollout, everything happening the way it happened. What I'm hearing, just based off, your energy right now, your tone, I feel that you believe more so in the larger picture.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like you can see it now. It's more tangible to you. I feel just, and again, this is based off, just me sitting here with you. I feel that you feel that the success is within your reach.
Yeah.
But we have so many people who are just afraid to better themselves as you're doing, on a constant basis. Even myself, there are times where I'm vulnerable and I'm so skeptical about the content I'm creating and putting out, and am I doing this right? Am I, putting enough tags on so people can find it? Am I talking slow enough? Because sometimes I can talk too fast. It's so many of us who just get in our heads on a regular basis when it comes to our creative process, and we can't help that. We're human. So, what advice or motivation can you offer to us, the people who are just hesitant to put out our content, hesitant to take that leap of faith in our entrepreneurship? Just what jewels can you just drop, just based off your personal experience, everything you've been through so far? What can you tell them to keep what can you tell us to let us know, hey, stay the path?
What I could say that worked the best for me was, stepping outside of whatever I'm comfortable with. If I'm comfortable with, seeing clicks on Instagram or seeing like the response I get from other people, I need to separate myself from other people and be with myself more and find that confidence and that I guess, what is it, confirmation that you're looking for. Find that within yourself, because if you're reaching out and looking for acceptance from all these other places and you don't even accept it within yourself, and you're kind of just going to keep on chasing something that you don't even know for sure. And basically what I'm really trying to say is my advice would be for people to kind of sit with themselves for however much time they need to really kind of, because it doesn't need to be like, some people need a lot of time. I needed a lot of time. Some people might need a short amount of time. But I think that, understanding who you are and how, things work for you, and then that's when you can, you'll be able to, I feel like you'll get to a place that you won't care, you won't follow trends, you won't try to do things that's not not you, like people, like, I don't know, it's probably trendy for people to make their music one way, and then you're an artist that does it your way, but now you feel like you're getting pressure, because I know I deal with it, I feel the pressure of everything, like, I should probably just start paying everybody to start promoting my, but it's like, I said that, like, I don't really feel like I need to, do all of these excessive things just to get fake love, I kind of want people to actually genuinely respect it. So I think people need to be true within themselves and not step aside yourself, It's just stay true to who you are no matter what's going on, People can tell you anything. People have told me to do things I would never do, things that they know I wouldn't do, but they just say, you should do it, bro, because that's going to make your views go up. And it's like, I'm not going to step outside of myself just for a view, I feel like I always say to Lindell, yeah, we might see a lot of people pop before us or do this before us, but they might not be true within themselves. They might not be really delivering true content. It might just be, that microwave music. But as long as we keep on giving y'all that mac and cheese and that yams and that fulfilling,
that milk and honey,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That made me laugh a little bit. But yeah, once we do that, it's magic after that, It really is, like, and I got a lot of growth to do. I'm not over here talking like I'm the prophet or something like that. Like, I got a whole lot of work to do. I'm nowhere near where I want to be at all. But I know that it's all about, because when you work on yourself and you better who you are, it rub off on people around you. Your energy just you bring yourself up, and you'll see that it changes other things. I even noticed it. Like I could say, I'll just speak specifically to how I was viewing like women. For a long time I was blaming things that were a fault of my own emotions. Taking things out on people that didn't even really deserve it. I mean, of course, things may have happened, but for me to act the way I did or do the things I did, didn't call for that, So I had to understand that and know that, things that you're dealing with within yourself, you don't put that on other. You can't. It's not fair to put that on to other people. You know, you have to work on yourself and understand that you're dealing with people. You're not dealing with like you're a person. They're a person too. They got feelings too. So you gotta be aware of that.
Feel you.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Sam Daniels, I'm eternally grateful that you was able to lock in with me on this episode, bro.
Glad to be here,
Seriously.
bro. For real.
Make sure y'all go check out Love Ain't Fair with none other than my man Sam Daniels, featuring Jafil on a few tracks, but most importantly, the lead producer, Lindell,
Yes,
who
sir.
laid down that magic with my man Q on Milk and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you guys, the biggest thing I want y'all to get from this conversation is to understand that these two men right you see right here, we're far from perfect, and we're on a process. We're on this everlasting journey of trying to understand and realize our passions, and just figure out where we align, where is be it your sound, be it the type of content I'm trying to put out.
Yeah.
The bottom line is to continue to try to evolve, continue to better yourself, to continue to just keep creating, keep maintaining that entrepreneurial spirit. And if you're able to just do that, consistency beats talent any single day of the week. I want to thank you guys for locking in to the Let's Be Honest podcast with your humble host, Tone DeShields. So grateful, so happy. Understand that creative people do different things. My man Sam Daniels here.
More or less, shout out to us, the gang.
Yes, sir. We sounding off. Stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry, y'all. One love.